that I was an imam at a traditional masjid for over 12 years, I went with the notion that inshallah over time things will change, and that the masjid will become more youth oriented, it will become over time more diverse and more inclusive. But my personal experience at least was that it did not happen. There was so much more we could do in terms of expanding our services and programs, in terms of being better at everything. That wasn't happening, and one of the main reasons it wasn't happening was because we were exclusive in the masjid.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله.
Again, a lot of these mosques end up, I know everyone's been saying this, and I hate saying this, but it's so true. It ends up being so divided based on a Pakistani mosque or an Arab mosque or an Afghan mosque, and like that stuff doesn't make sense to me anymore. Like, I'm American, man. Like, I just want to understand Islam as it is, and I'm coming to it as I am, and I just want to be a better Muslim. That's it.
The space is for those who may not feel welcome at the traditional mosque setting, and that includes our young professionals, our high school and college students, converts, as well as other community members who may not fit in a masjid that is probably dominated by one ethnic group, or people that have a similar understanding of Islam. And so that's what we're trying to do, to make space for anyone who feels as though they're not welcome or they don't fit in other institutions.
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Participate in these third spaces for about 10 years now, and I think that it's very important to build and cultivate third spaces, because too often they're the only places where Muslims and people who are seeking Islam, who might be on the margins, that these are the only places where they feel comfortable and where they're accepted, and other people are comfortable that they're there. And it is such a shame for me to see huge mosques that are just empty, like some mosques that just struggle to fill one line. It's such a shame because there's so much potential. Chicago's mosques are ethnically divided, geographically separated, and people don't necessarily do programming together. And that was when I started, thinking outside of the mosque, if you will, outside of the box. Where can I find spiritual, just a spiritual space outside of that? And that's when I started doing, the weekly dhikrs outside of the mosque.
Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah.
It's a place where people can not just be themselves, but a place where you're comfortable with everybody else too. It's not just about you, but it's like about you understanding that there are people that are very different from you. When we first opened, this was a garage. Really? Yeah, no floor, no ceiling, no lighting, and I don't think anybody had been here for maybe over 25 years or so, right? People began to identify the place as kind of like a safe Muslim facility where they could just come and hang out. It was really needed because as soon as they found out about us, they were like at the door all the time. What has happened over time is in the masajid, they form these groups based on nationality or this commonality, and it doesn't work like that, because you're in this large space and this large group, and you're supposed to be taking advantage of this sohbet, but it's just like these little mini groups in reality. And if anything, you see people kind of just running to the door to get out. It's like, let me get this in and let me just get out. We should be forcing people out, It should not be that, that by the time you make, salam to the left side, that you see nobody next to you.
سبحان الله العظيم سبحان الله وبحمده 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 سبحان الله العظيم. أستغفر الله 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 أستغفر الله